Hello, today we'll be talking about Blastoise, the final evolution of Squirtle, who evolves into Wartortle, who evolves into Blastoise at level 36. Blastoise's PYC dates are March 6, 1996, December 26, 1998, October 16, 2001, August 6, 2004, May 28, 2007, March 18, 2010, January 6, 2013, October 28, 2015, August 18, 2018, and June 8, 2021. I love the appearance of this Pokemon, which is the first Pokemon to have weapons in its design. It's also the first Pokemon to not have a consistent naming scheme with its other evolutionary line members. I have a particular fondness of Mega Blastoise, which just looks ridiculous. Where that's fun, Gigantamax Blastoise is just too much. I mean, I get that it's supposed to be like a fortified base, but it just is too much going on. Maybe the in-game model is better. When I think of Blastoise, I most remember it from an episode of the early anime where it and a bunch of Wartortle are put to sleep. It's fun to see them in their shell. Let's learn more about Blastoise by reading the Bulbapedia article. Hello, welcome to the Bulbapedia section of the video. We're doing Blastoise, of course. So Blastoise is the shellfish Pokemon. You can see its original, then you get the Mega Blastoise and the Gigantamax Blastoise. Its type is water, its abilities are Torrent and Rain Dash, but in Mega Blastoise you get Mega Launcher. Gender ratio is 87.5% male and 12.5% female. Its catch rate is 45 or 11.9%. Breeding, its egg groups are Monster and Water 1. Hatch time is 20 cycles. Its height is 5'3". It's 1.6 meters. It's 188.5 pounds, or 85.5 kilograms. Mega Blastoise, it's 5'3", and same height. It's now 222.9 pounds and 101.1 kilograms. Mega Blastoise is 82 feet and 25 plus meters, and we don't know its weight. The Megastone is Blastoisinite. Its base experience yield is 210, but went up to 239 in Gen 5. Leveling rate is medium slow. Its EV yield is 3 special defense. Its shape, footprint, Pokedex color is blue, base friendship is 70. Here's the links again. Blastoise is a water-type Pokemon introduced in Gen 1. It evolves from Wartortle starting at level 36. And it's for the final form of Squirtle. Blastoise has two forms, Mega Blastoise and Gigantamax Blastoise. It can Mega Evolve into Mega Blastoise using Blastoisinite, and can Gigantamax into Gigantamax Blastoise if it has the Gigantamax factor. Gigantamax Blastoise was introduced in the Isle of Armor. Blastoise is the game mascot of the Japanese and international versions of Pokemon Blue, appearing on the box art of both games. Biology: Blastoise is a large bipedal turtle. Its body is blue and is mostly hidden by its tough brown shell. The shell has a cream-colored underside and a white ridge encircling its arms and separating the upper and lower halves. Two powerful water cannons, jet nozzles, reside at the top of its shell over its shoulder. These cannons can be extended or withdrawn. Blastoise's head has triangular ears that are black on the inside, small brown eyes, and a cream-colored lower jaw. Its arms are thick, and it has 3 claws on each hand. Its feet have 3 claws on the front and 1 on the back. Poking out of the back of its shell is a stubby tail. The powerful cannons on this Pokemon's back are capable of producing water blasts that can pierce steel and concrete. And can be used for high-speed charges. The speed of Blastoise's charges is similar to the force of a rocket. Blastoise deliberately makes itself heavy to withstand these powerful blasts and to crush its opponents. The anime has shown that Blastoise can take the role of a leader in large groups of Squirtle and Wartortle. Its preferred habitat seems to be freshwater ponds and lakes. As shown in Pokemon Sleep, Blastoise is known to sleep soundly while protected in its tough shell. Blastoise has been seen sleeping with its belly exposed on very rare occasions. This is due to Blastoise feeling completely secure in its surroundings and quickly falling asleep. And you can see the Blastoise shell here. In Gen 2, Blastoise and its pre-evolved forms were the only known Pokemon capable of learning the move Skull Bash naturally, but the other Pokemon could still inherit it via breeding. Now onto the forms. Blastoise has 2 forms, Mega Blastoise and Gigantamax Blastoise. When a Mega Evolved Blastoise develops 2 smaller shells over its arms, each with their own water cannons. The 2 cannons on its back are replaced by a single central water cannon of greater size that can tracked into its shell. This cannon extends forward over Mega Blastoise's head and is said to have a blast range of over 6 miles or 10 kilometers. Small ridges develop over its now red eyes and extend to its ears. The ears angle slightly backward, and there is a small point in its chin. On its chin. Can see that here with all those things I've just mentioned. For Gigantamax Blastoise, it becomes larger. Its eyes are white with bright blue sclera, and its blue arms, head, and legs change to light blue, and the underside of its shell becomes dark red. Its shell transforms into a battleship-like formation with 31 cannons of different sizes. Sets of twin cannons emerge from hexagon and rectangular-shaped holes within the shell, and its main cannon protrudes from the center. Several white triangle spots are located on its tail and legs. 3 red clouds surround the main cannon. Gigantamax Blastoise can adapt to any situation using various cannon combinations. It is not very good at precision shooting, so instead of aiming its attacks, it prefers to overwhelm its opponents by launching dynamic, powerful turrets from its cannons. According to one legend, its main cannon is so staggeringly powerful it can blast holes through the mountains. Gigantamax Blastoise can also align the 12 cannons surrounding its main cannon individually to attack in any direction. Gigantamax Blastoise is the only known Pokemon capable of using the G-Max move, G-Max Cannonade. Its evolution, we've already done this stuff, so we're moving on to the anime. You got the Blastoise in the anime, the Mega Blastoise in the anime. Pass. Okay. And the Pokedex entries in episode 60, actually. For this first Pokedex entry, I've already recorded that for the anime section, so I'll let the professional do it for me.
Blastoise, the shellfish Pokemon, the evolved form of Wartortle. Blastoise's strength lies in its power rather than its speed. Its shell is like armor, and attacks from the Hydro Cannon on its back are virtually unstoppable.
Welcome back. Now we're doing episode 248 for Blastoise and Ash's Pokedex. Blastoise, the shellfish Pokemon. Blastoise uses the Hydro Pumps on its back to fire out extremely powerful blasts. In episode 92 of AG, whatever that means, in May's Pokedex, Blastoise, the shellfish Pokemon. Blastoise is the final evolved form of Squirtle. It can launch powerful blasts of water from its water spouts. In X and Y, 90, episode 90, Serena's Pokedex, Blastoise is the shellfish Pokemon. Blastoise's heavy body weight can leave opponents unable to battle. It retreats into its shell when necessary. This is in Pokemon Origins, Pokemon Generations, Pokemon Evolutions, Mega Blastoise and Pokemon Evolutions. Here it is in the manga. Yeah, Mega Blastoise in the manga. Yeah, I got that one. Okay, got the page for the TCG, the TFG. Okay. Now, other appearances. In the original Super Smash Bros. Game, when released from a Pokeball, Blastoise will use Hydro Pump in one direction. Each pump moves Blastoise backwards slightly, making it a danger to those fighting behind it as well. Super Smash Bros. Melee, Blastoise reappears as a Pokeball Pokemon in Super Smash Bros. Melee. Like in SSB, it uses Hydro Pump as its attack. Blastoise's trophy also refers to Blastoise as the definitive water type. Blastoise is the next evolutionary step after Wartortle. The thick jets of water they shoot from their cannons on their backs are strong enough to cut through steel plating. When in danger, they hide inside their armored shell. Blastoise is so popular among trainers that it's considered the definitive water type. In Super Smash Bros. Brawl, Blastoise was briefly considered as a possible playable character before it was switched out for Squirtle. Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS and Wii U, Blastoise appears in the background of the Flood Chamber in the Kalos Pokemon League, along with Wailord, Piplup, and Clotzer. A trophy of Mega Blastoise also exists in both versions of the games, and that's it over here. Its trophy information for normal Blastoise is, on a hot summer day, it's great to cool off by playing in a sprinkler. Don't look up to Blastoise as a replacement, though. Those water jets on its back are extremely powerful and would send you flying. In fact, Blastoise itself is so huge so it doesn't get blown away when it fires. Speaking of fires, Blastoise is better than a fire truck at putting them out. Aww. In the PAL region, tempted to have a Blastoise hose the butt off your bike? Well, don't. The water jets from its rocket cannons might look perfect for that, but they just blast your bike into oblivion. In fact, the reason Blastoise grow so big and heavy is so they don't get blown away themselves if your hose is on fire, though feel free to get a Blastoise to help. For the Mega Blastoise trophy in the North American release, some species of Pokemon living in Kalos have the ability to Mega Evolve. Here's one. Mega Blastoise is a bit bigger than Blastoise, and instead of 2 cannons, on its shell, it has 1 cannon. One huge cannon. This may seem like a downgrade, but wait, there are 2 on its arms. This math is easy. 3 is better than 2. Pokken Tournament as a Blastoise is a DLC playable character in Pokken Tournament DX, who was released on March 23rd, 2018. In Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Blastoise retains its role as a background character in the Kalos Pokemon League's Flood Chamber. It also appears as a spirit. Pokemon Unite, Blastoise is playable through obtaining a Unite license. It is a ranged defender that starts at Squirtle. As Squirtle evolves into Wartortle, level 5 evolves into Blastoise at level 5. As I mentioned in the last 2 final evolutions, there's a much faster evolutionary speed than the main game, and I wish that were the way it was, but it's not. Game data. NPC appearances. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Blastoise is the leader of the Team Hydro, a bronze-ranked rescue team. It joins a new team designed to rescue Team Act from Magma Cavern, but fails to reach them. Blastoise appears to go exploring a lot as it discovers Western Cave and Meteor Cave. It reaches the end of Western Cave with Charizard of Team Act, but both are defeated by Mewtwo. Blastoise is quick to anger and a feature that Charizard exploits to boost morale. Pokedex entries. And Pokemon Red and Blue in Gen 1. A brittle Pokemon that with pressurized water jets on its shell. They are used for high-speed tackles. In Yellow, once it takes aim at its enemy, it blasts out water with even more force than a fire hose. Stadium, it has spouts extending from its shell at the top. They spray water like cannons, hard enough to pierce concrete walls. Gen 2 Gold. It deliberately makes itself so heavy it can withstand the recoil of the water jets it fires. Silver, the rocket cannons on its shell fires jets of water capable of punching holes through thick steel. In Crystal, it firmly plants its feet on the ground before shooting water from the jets on its back. Stadium 2 is gold again. In Gen 3, Ruby and Sapphire, Blastoise has water spouts that protrude from its shell. The water spouts are very accurate. They can shoot bullets of water with enough accuracy to strike empty cans from a distance of over 160 feet. Emerald, the water spouts that protrude from its shell are highly accurate. Their bullets of water can precisely nail tin cans from a distance of over 160 feet. And Fire Red, it crushes its foes under its heavy body to cause fainting. In a pinch, it will withdraw inside its shell. In Leaf Green, the pressurized water jets on this brutal Pokemon shell are used for high-speed tackles. In Gen 4, Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, the jets of water it spouts from the rocket cannons on its shell can punch through steel. In Heart Gold and Soul Silver, those are the same as Gold and Silver. And 5, they're all Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum again. X is Fire Red, Y is Leaf Green. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire are their counterparts again. For Gen 7, the Let's Go games for normal Blastoise are the same as the yellow ones, but there is Mega Blastoise in this game, so we will read its Pokedex. The cannon on its back is as powerful as a tank gun. Its tough legs and back enable it to withstand the recoil from firing the cannon. For Gen 8, the normal Blastoise are all repeats, but for Gigantamax Blastoise, that's new, so we can read that one. In Sword, it's not very good at precision shooting. When attacking, it just fires its 31 cannons, over and over and over. And Shield, water fired from this Pokemon Central main cannon has enough power to blast a hole into a mountain. For Gen 9, for Scarlet, it deliberately increases its body weight, so it can withstand the recoil of the water jets it fires. It has jet nozzles on its shell. This impressive Pokemon uses these jets to charge toward foes with all the force of a rocket. You can see it here in the Blueberry Pokedex. So we've got alternate games here. Pokemon Pinball, Pokemon Trading Card Game. I assume they're referring to the trading card game video game that they released around the time of the trading card game. To explain how the game worked. It was like I think it was from a Game Boy game. A brutal Pokemon with pressurized water jets on its shell. They are used for high-speed tackles. Pokemon Trading Card Game. Team Rocket, I guess, this card. An aggressive Pokemon that tackles anything it sees. Okay, then we've got the game locations. And then the side games. And then the events. We've got held items. Pokemon caught in Gen 1 must be traded to a Gen 2 game in order for held item to appear. And then they get a better berry if you trade from these games. We've got the stats. This is Blastoise to Mega Blastoise here. So we've got HP 79, that stays the same. Attack 83, that goes up to 103. Defense is 100, it goes up to 120. Special attack is 85, goes up to 135. Special defense is 105, goes up to 115. Speed is 78, that stays the same. So it goes from 530 to 630. And then for Blastoise, this Pokemon's base stat in Gen 1 was 85. Okay. I got the Pokeathon stats, the type effectiveness. It is damaged normally by normal, fighting, flying, poison, ground, rock, bug, ghost, psychic, dragon, dark, fairy. It's weak to grass and electric for double, immune to nothing, resistant to steel, fire, water, and ice. And I noticed that there isn't one for Mega Blastoise, so maybe none of these things change, or maybe they just don't have the data. I doubt that, though. It's been many years since those games came out. We've got the leveling up ones. So 36. We'll start with, I guess, the 42. Iron Defense, 49 Hydro Pump, and 56 Wave Crash. These are by TM. I'm not going to read these again. Sorry if there's any new ones. And by breeding, you get Aqua Jet, Aqua Ring, Fake Out, Flail, Life Dew, Mirror Coat, Mist, Water Spout, and Yawn. And no, I don't do that. Anyway, nothing from prior evolutions. You got side game data. You got all this stuff. Okay, then we go to Pokemon Ranger here. Blastoise attacks by forcefully blasting streams of water. Then the browser entry for Shadows of Almia. It attacks by blasting water from the cannons on its back. Then in Guardian Signs, it attacks by spitting bubbles that make Pokemons load. Then you got all these. Okay, then in Pokepark Week, Pikachu's Adventure, Blastoise was guarding the Granite Zone, but traveled to the Beach Zone to train himself. He performs best on Empoleon's Snow Slide. Okay, then, go down. Okay, then, the Pokemon Snap Photodex entry. Blastoise's water cannons pack so much power, they can propel Blastoise through the air. The Pokemon can also be seen sunbathing at times. It appears to feel safer when it's tucked inside its shell. And we've got the costumes in Pokemon Go. So the sunglasses is probably a reference to the Squirtle Squad, of course. Then we've got the clone, which I think is a reference to the first movie. Then we've got all this information. Mega Blastoise. Okay. Then we've got, we've got the form data, which is Mega Evolution. You have to use Blastoisanite. You get Mega Blastoise. To get Gigantamax, you need the Dynamax band and that to have the Gigantamax factor. And then you got that again. We're not going to read that. Then we got the sprites here. He looks a lot chunkier, particularly in this one, than he would in later gens. So we got the first shiny here with the green shell, mimicking its evolutions, I guess. And then, of course, it's got the green front, but this one has, the normal front like the other ones have. Fire Red's interesting, because it has like a complete green. That must be a mistake, right? Yeah, that's gotta be fire. Yeah, that's gotta be mistakes. Yeah. Oh, then it goes completely different. Oh, yeah, because I guess it turns into kind of this gray, this sort of grayish blue, and it goes purple, in Generation 4. That's interesting. It keeps that purple. Seems to keep purple. Okay, I guess it's staying purple. Yeah, we got the Mega versions and the shinies and the... Yep, yeah, that's... Looks like. Yeah, okay, then we got what it looks like in Let's Go Eevee, Sword and Shield. Those are missing. Those are files missing, but the shiny versions probably. Oh, must be a Mega Blastoise, probably, yeah. Or Gigantamax. It's gonna be Gigantamax. Don't know where those files are. It would have been really cool to see it in the game, but I guess or in the models. I guess I'll have to wait until I've played the games. Here's home. Oh, never mind. Well, this is just the 3D version. Oh, that's actually kind of cool. You get to see, you get to see the shiny version, huh? I didn't realize there was a difference. But yeah, these are basically just 3D models of just the 2D image, so that doesn't really tell me what it actually looks like. But yeah. Other sprites here, it's Fire Red and Leaf Green credits. Trivia, Blastoise shares its category with Kabuto and Kabutops. They are known as the Shellfish Pokemon. Early concept art for a Pokemon called Caravaggio resembles Blastoise without its signature water cannons. The name may be a combination of Carapace and Caravaggio. Oh, okay. Mega Blastoise is the only Mega Evolved first partner Pokemon that does not have two types. The way Blastoise flies in new Pokemon Snap is a potential reference to Gamera. Oh. Gamera? Whatever. Origin. Blastoise's design appears to be a turtle mixed with aspects of a tank. Blastoise's cannons may have been derived from the functioning tubes found in mussels and some other shellfish, thus its category. Gigantamax Blastoise's shell may be based on a battleship. It may be based on Leonardo da Vinci's design for an armored fighting vehicle, which itself is inspired by a turtle shell. Its name origin, Blastoise may be a combination of blast, referring to its cannons, and tortoise. Even though it's not pronounced like tortoise? Yeah. Not pronounced Blastus, like it should be, or maybe that's like how I pronounce tortoise. Is weird. But, yeah. Kamix, maybe a combination of Kame, turtle and tortoise, and that, which means max and maximum. Okay. Here it is. Here it is in other languages. Here's the see also. Here's the references. Here's the external links to Super Smash Brothers and stuff. So, that's everything. Hope you enjoyed this section. Bye-bye. Now, since we've already watched Blastoise's first 2 scenes in the anime, let's watch its 3rd appearance. Hello, and welcome to the anime portion of the episode. I know I said we were going to watch Blastoise's 3rd appearance, but Charizard got copyright claimed, so we're going to watch the second half of Blastoise's 2nd appearance, which happens to be in the episode Primeape Goes Bananas. In this episode, Ash has lost his hat, and now he's explaining to his team that he got the hat at the expo, and this is sort of a flashback to the expo. So this is Charizard's fire, this is Blastoise's water. Yeah, and they're gonna have a fight here, yeah.
Hey, all you Pokemon League fans! Now, you have a chance to win one of 100 limited edition Pokemon League official hats.
Yeah.
It's wearable, it's washable, and it's official. Don't miss your chance to win the official hat of the official expo of the official Pokemon League.
So that's bruh. But yeah, that's the whole scene. Hope you enjoyed. Let's move on. Now let's get into Detective Pikachu. Hello and welcome to the Detective Pikachu portion of the video. Or as I like to cleverly refer to it as, Detective Blastoise, as this is only the frames with Blastoise to the best of my ability. In this scene, we are about to see Tim enter a bedroom that's designed to be like his childhood bedroom. This is the apartment of his father, Harry Goodman, who left him in the care of his grandmother to do a job in Rhyme City, a city where Pokemon and humans coexist. Here. Okay, then here. So here he's remembering how his mother died when he was a kid. Yeah. Then here, we're much later in the film, he's met this guy. It's Detective Pikachu. A Pikachu that can talk. And you can see the Blastoise poster in the back here. He is investigating this room to find out more about his past since he has amnesia. Yeah.
That up. Point. Looking for clues to my past. Is this your room?
No.
Does Harry have other children?
No.
There's a connection, isn't there?
No. Before my father moved to this city and spent more time with Pokemon than his own son.
I'm sorry, I did.
So now here, he's just mentioned how that's his mother and how she died. And, yeah.
I didn't.
Okay, here, this is much later in the film. They tracked down something called chemical R, or the R gas, that makes Pokemon go crazy. And we're in an underground, so they've tracked it down to an underground fighting club, which is what this is. This is Blastoise fighting a Gengar here. We'll see a bit of that battle. And that's going to be mostly in the background. In the foreground, they're going to be confronted by the owner of the fight club, and who has met Pikachu in the past, and Pikachu gave Charizard a scar, and so then they're gonna. Well, we skipped their fight, but they do fight eventually. Yeah. Fight here, yeah. So he creates multiple versions of himself. Then he spins around and shoots all of them.
Okay, kid. So here's what we know. There are consonants, and all I see are nipples.
It's my Pokémon.
What are you looking at?
So now, yeah, Blastoise is now lost to Gengar here, yeah.
It is set to begin.
So now we're here in later. This is a Blastoise float here. It's a parade, as you can see here. It's a parade to celebrate the 10th anniversary of Rhyme City. So I should explain a few things before we enter the next scene here. Howard Clifford, the founder of Rhyme City, has talked to Tim and Detective Pikachu, kind of, and told them that Harry Goodman is not dead. I forgot to mention that the whole reason behind this, Tim going to Rhyme City, was that his father died in a car crash, or believed that his father died in a car crash. Howard explained that Mewtwo has his father, and so they've met Mewtwo. But he was captured before he could explain what happened. And in that explanation, he showed it seemed like Pikachu had betrayed Harry. And so he and Tim split up. So now Tim and Lucy, a reporter that he met, will be entering sort of the scene here, and trying to come up with a plan, because Roger Clifford, Howard's son, was the one who captured Mewtwo. He's also Lucy's boss at the news. Yeah, so we'll keep going.
This afternoon, the whole city is converging on downtown.
I'm gonna go talk to Howard.
How am I supposed to break the news when the guy who runs the...
So that's the news reporter. There we go. And then you can see here, there are some Blastoise holding up, I guess, the balloon here.
Even the intern... Flat white, extra shot.
Yeah. So Cynthia, the reporter, has dismissed Lucy, who's actually an intern, and ordered coffee, thinking that's what the intent was there. So here we see the blimp again, but this is the mayor. It's like the beginning of the parade. He's talking, with reporters and stuff. Yeah.
So many Babs. Thank you.
Sir, Mr. Mayor, I need to speak with you, please.
So now she's confronting him, saying, like, I need to talk to you about what's going on with the corruption and stuff,
It's urgent.
A little later on, Inspector.
Yeah. So then that was Roger, and so she doesn't want him to know that he knows, so she was walking away there. So in this scene, it's revealed that Howard was the one that actually captured Mewtwo, and he has used a thing called the Neuralink to make his mind enter Mewtwo's body. Here we have the parade floats again, of course, but in them is the R gas, which, of course, as I mentioned earlier, makes the Pokemon go crazy, but it also allows Mewtwo to merge humans with Pokemon. So we're gonna see him kind of talk about that plan a little bit. Yeah.
T. Poke.
Humans and
Pokemon merged into one. Okay, so now...
Okay, Pikachu.
Sorry. We fast forward a bit here. Detective Pikachu has returned to Rhyme City after finding something. He was going to talk to Tim, but was confronted by Lucy and her Psyduck. And she tells him that Howard is Mewtwo, and so he takes it into his own hands to attack Mewtwo / Howard. And so you'll see a bit of the floats here in the background. There's one there. Then you got Pidgeots there. So they're flying around. So now that he's flying on a Pidgeot here, and so they've just breathed. So this Pidgeot has just breathed the gas, and it's gonna go crazy and throw him off of his back. Yeah. So that was a scene of Pikachu landing there, and so now we're at the end of the film. It's been revealed the reason why Detective Pikachu can talk is because his father's soul was inside of the Pikachu. You can see a Blastoise over here. Yeah, let's move on.
Hey, kid.
Oh yeah, he's about to leave. He's about to leave Rhyme City. He's at the train station here. Yeah. So there it is again. They're hugging. Okay, that one. So that particular Blastoise is particularly interesting. I think that's Blastoise. What I think it is so when they made this movie, there's a bunch of props, I guess, used to emulate what the CGI characters would look like in the 3D space here. So I think what that actually is that costume that they used to emulate it. I think they forgot to CGI it into a Blastoise. So yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. And then here, yeah, he's saying goodbye. Now he's just found out that Tim wants to stay, and yeah.
Yeah? I'd like that, kid. Yeah, I'd like that very much.
Right now.
Okay, so now they're gonna go get a coffee, and there's the Blastoise.
I think I'll have to find a new job.
Oh, yeah? What are you thinking?
Maybe I could give detective work a try?
Okay, here in the credits. So, this spiral, yeah. Normally, if you've been here in the past, you may notice that this spiral is a little bit shorter. That's because I went through the frames, and this looks to be the only instance of the Blastoise, which is very interesting. So it's like a weird spiral pattern. So yeah, anyway. And that's the end of the movie. I hope you enjoyed this section. Let's move on. Now let's move on to why people love Blastoise. Now let's get into the fan art. Hello, nobody sent in fan art, so we're going to be looking at DeviantArt today. For those of you who don't know how this works, we go through these images until there isn't a Blastoise on screen. Okay? Let's get started. We're starting at 009 by Kutsuku from 2015. It's this cool stylized Blastoise. Then we've got this classic image for, it looks like probably the last time here. Gen 1 from Ainley from 2015. And so, you've got all of the starters that we've talked about thus far in the series. And then the trainer, of course. All in this cool image. And yeah. Okay. Then we've got Blastoise, a gift Blastoise from all 0412. 0412 maybe. From 2015. It's kind of this cool pose. Kind of, big shadow. And yeah. Generation 1 Megas from MCG Mark from 2021. So, we've got Squirtle, Bulbasaur, and Charmander. Then we've got Mega Blastoise, Mega Venusaur, and one of the Mega Charizards. Yes, let's move on. Then we've got this image again. I think we had it for Squirtle. Yeah. Pokemon Water Sanctuary from Michelle Scribbles, 2016. So we've got all the evolution line here, and then a few other Pokemon down here. Yeah, so let's move on. They're all in this cool kind of stylized art, and it's really cool looking. Yeah. And we've got this fusion, even though I didn't technically count the fusion in, I think, the Charmander video. This is a little different since it's not the start of the video. So we got this, yeah, it's Charmander and Charizard and Blastoise, rather. So you got Charizard by Quantum Jinx from 2015, so you kind of see that they shoot water from their mouth and lava from the cannons in the back. Yeah. Then we've got Pokemon 007, 008, and 009 from Cosmo Turtle from 2016. It's kind of cool looking, almost looking kind of like they're legendary creatures in some show. You know. So yeah, I got Squirtle, yeah, Turtle and Blastoise here, and they all look really cool. Then you've got Pokemon Mega Blastoise by Sadui from 2013. So it's obviously a Mega Blastoise doing a really cool pose here, shooting its cannons. Yeah. Then we've got Caplet from Mischa Cell Fromos from 2016. They all look like Kappas a little bit. That's what they're designed after here. Yeah, Squirtle, Wartortle, and Blastoise here. A legendary creature. Kappa's a legendary creature. Just look it up. This is art called Blastoise and Squirtle by Pencil Cat 2020 from 2020. They have a website, or had a website at least, called pencilcat.net. They don't want you to repost this. I don't know. So we got here a Blastoise and a Squirtle here. You know, it's super cute, and it's kind of like really angry, maybe protecting their young. And then we've got Out Fishing with Blastoise by MCG Mark, 2018. Got the Pokemon trainer here, you know, fishing probably for other Pokemon with, while Blastoise is their sort of little raft here, I guess. Yeah. Then we've got Blastoise Pokedex Chili Project from Brolo from 2014. So you've got, you know, it doing this really cool action pose, shooting water, maybe steam out of the jets here, or out of its, yeah, guns or whatever. Then we've got Water Giants by M. Dugard-Chomp from 2014. Then we've got, yeah, and there, you know, it's Squirtle, Wartortle, Blastoise, and Mega Blastoise in the background here, and it all looks like it could maybe be a poster, or like maybe it's mimicking a poster. Yeah. Then we've got Squirtle, so the, no, we did this one in Squirtle, we didn't, it's not completely collected. Yeah, we did this one in Squirtle, so then so obviously that's a Blastoise in the background, but, it's called Squirtle by Tamburella, from 2019. Yeah. Then we've got a 007, 008, 009 by Kitsune Kono, from 2010. So you've got, you know, Squirtle, Wartortle, and Blastoise, like basically just a sketch, I guess, of them, or an image of them, rather. Yeah. So now we've got 009 Blastoise by Imaginator Victor from 2015. So we get to see sort of this Blastoise and maybe their realistic style. This is long before Detective Pikachu would show what it would look like in their version of the world. But yeah. Then we go to Pokemon number 001 / number 009, and so we get to see the first 9 Pokemon here, in this really kind of cool stylized art. You know, you got Bulbasaur, Ivysaur, Blastoise, Charmander, Charmeleon, Charizard, Squirtle, Wartortle, and Blastoise. Yeah, it's all kind of cool looking. Yeah. And then Pokemonster Hunter Blastoise by Arvalis from 2015. So it's looking like, you know, they show a Blastoise by what it might look like in the Monster Hunter world, which is a video game series. Then you've got Blastoise by Joshua Dunlop from 2014. You've got this cool, again, kind of a semi-realistic looking Blastoise here in the water. And then we've got Squirtle by A.D. Lovett, by the look of it. It's, Squirtle, Wartortle, Blastoise, kind of a cool poster-looking poses here. Then we've got Kanto Families by Paleo Cat, 2018, so it's this kind of stylized and kind of cute thing, like it's a parent, letting their children or child ride the sort of blasts here, and then hugging the other Wartortle. Then you've got the Charmander family, taking them out flying, and then got them, I guess, relaxing in the sun, presumably, since it seems to be up there. Or maybe it's soaking in that one, so I don't know if this is all supposed to be one continuous image or 3 separate images that are just collided in this image here, but who knows. But it's, I guess they used, at the time, I guess they went by Pro Compy, but they changed their name. Okay. Then we've got Blastoise Pokemon from Sterling Tuttle, rather. Then it's from 2017, so this kind of cool looking, almost monster version of it. It's got way more toes than it's supposed to. Yeah, got a few more toes than it's supposed to, but I don't know, maybe it's meant to be more intimidating that way. Okay, let's move on. Then we've got Crolian Squirtle from Dark Sylvania from 2016. So I don't know. I guess this is supposed to be maybe like a fan region that they've created. So it looks a little bit. They look a little bit different, each of them. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. I actually kind of like the drills rather than. I mean, the guns are good, but yeah, the drills are kind of cool looking. And then, it would be the drill down there as well. Anyway, let's move on. Got Blastoise from AOCOM from 2016. That's just kind of cool looking art. And that's all. So we got through the whole gallery again, like we did, I think, in the Charizard video. So that's all for this video. Bye! No, you got one more section. That's the end of this section. Bye. Thanks to everyone who submitted fan art. I won't be streaming tonight as I need to wait until I've talked about Rattata to evolve Wartortle into Blastoise. As for Mega Blastoise and Gigantamax Blastoise, I'll have to wait until I've talked about the 6th and 8th Gen Pokemon respectively. Tomorrow I'll be talking about Caterpie. As always, this isn't my proper outfit and you'll see me tomorrow.